Hello everyone. Welcome to La Mulana. I've been wanting to show you guys this game for quite a while now, actually. It's alongside Sunless Sea, and even before it, this is pretty much my favorite game ever. Definitely my favorite platformer, and absolutely my favorite Metroidvania. So, I'm going to let the opening play again for anyone who, since we kind of started in the middle of it. Also, yes, I do see you, hey Zeno. So, in the meantime, I'll kind of explain what this game is to anyone who's unfamiliar. So, way back in the day, although not as far back as you might expect, let me see exactly when. Around 2005. There was a team called GR3 Project, which consisted of 3 people. Developer Takumi Naramura and his 2 friends who just went by Duplex and Samieru. These 3 were all huge fans of old MSX computer system video games. You know, stuff like the original Castlevania, well, Vampire Killer, Metal Gear, and especially a game called Maze of Gallius, which was your standard fare about rescuing a princess, but had a really interesting, well, maze-like aesthetic. And in 2005, long after the heyday of the MSX, they decided to get together and make a game as a tribute to that. This was the original game La Mulana. And it was a free game released online, fan-translated into English, and it became surprisingly popular, mainly due to a specific Let's Player called Deceased Crab, who played the game, the original game, pretty famously. And that along with just the game being really good, got enough popularity for a remake to be officially made. And this is that remake. You're seeing it right now. So, as to what this game actually is, La Mulana is an archaeological exploration game. The idea is you're playing as this Indiana Jones-looking motherfucker, Lameza Kosugi. And the story, which I have in the manual right here, although it is intentionally in horrible, horrible English, goes as follows. A letter reached Professor Lameza teaching archaeology at a university. Eventually, I found it. I've won. The Kosugi clan have been pursuing the archaeology for generations. The ruins which they have been researching, the La Mulana ruins, is said to be the birthplace of whole the civilizations. The letter was written by his father, Sean Kosugi, and word that he had found it. So, basically, our protagonist is a archaeology professor at a university, Professor Kosugi, who is descended from a ninja clan, and whose father is a rival archaeologist who has now found La Mulana, the ruins that are said to be the birthplace of civilization. And with that bit of story, why don't we get started? Finally, I reached La Mulana. The adventure starts here. So, the guy I'm controlling right now, moving around, is our good Professor Lameza Kosugi. As you can see, he has both an Indiana Jones hat and a whip. Before we go into the obviously open tent, let's explore them. You can, of course, break pots, since this is a video game, and collect coins out of it. 10 in this case. we can't go into any of the other tents yet. When we pause the game, Lameza has this adorable little animation where he eats curry and then falls asleep. This is the pause screen. It shows a better picture of Professor Kosugi here, along with his whip. The only things he has on him are his whip and a Mobile Super X laptop, which is essentially an MSX laptop with, well, copyright-friendly name. The reason that he doesn't have anything else, funnily enough, in the manual it mentions that he did actually bring a whole bunch of weapons with him to explore these ruins, but they were confiscated by airport security. So, the first area of the game is the circus. As you can see, there's some cool totem poles in the background. Each area of this game has a sort of aesthetic to it. This one is a Native American aesthetic. But you'll be seeing a whole lot of different clashing cultures from all over the world, and it's never really clear exactly where La Mulana is supposed to be, and it doesn't really matter either way, story-wise. Right here, what I'm standing in front of is a tablet. All we need to know right now is that tablets let you save the game. Let's head into the tent, shall we? Welcome! You that Professor Lameza, am I right? I think, I know what you're looking for. La Mulana, right? Them ruins can be reached down by the outskirts of this village. Your father went in there to do his research, but he ain't been back for some days now. I ain't got a clue to what he's after, but since ancient times, folks been passing rumors down about secret treasures. Heck, even the origin of life itself may be hiding inside these ruins. Generation after generation, we've protected La Mulana. Even so, I don't really know what her secrets are. I won't stop you from entering the ruins, but mind you, the mysteries of La Mulana are unsolved because those who go in don't come back out, dead or alive. Who knows what happens to you? Anyway, I'll tell my people to open the entrance. Take a weight with you, too. By the way, that is one snazzy laptop, and it's made just for archaeological exploration? This is amazing, so thin and light. And of course, looks like it's made in Japan. I hear they make good games there, too. Oh, one last thing. Unlike your father, you look like you need a hand. Take this software. I developed it myself. It only gets incoming emails from me. You can't reply, but I'll send you all sorts of tips. Let me see your laptop. Here we go, it's installed, but don't forget, you gotta activate it from the software screen. And be sure to read all my emails. If I send you an email telling you to come back to the village, well then you best come back. Got it? Alrighty, you're all set now. Off you go. So yes, he has in fact installed xmailer.exe, Zelpud mailer, on our computer. As a note, Zelpud, the name, is a reference to the second developer of this game, Duplex, since Zelpud is just duplex backwards. Anyway, we now have the email screen, which shows us, well, Zelpud mailer. We don't have anything yet. Also, the software screen. We won't just have items that will help us explore the ruins in typical Metroidvania style. We can also install software on our computer that does things for us. Xmailer is the first one, but we'll be getting quite a few more. The only other screen here is the configuration screen, and, well, that's about what you'd expect. You could change the language to all sorts of things, but I think we'd probably prefer English for this one. Oh, we already have an email. Welcome to Zelpud Mailer. You can trust this software for anything related to messages from me. Function. Only receives emails from me. Details. This is the latest version of Zelpud Mailer. There are no plans for a version update. There is no help page. Help and troubleshooting requests will not be supported. Thank you for using the Zelpud Mailer. Okay, thanks, Elder Zelpud. Now all the tents are open, we can... Okay, another email. It's me. Good morning, sunshine. Dear Professor Lemeza, it's me. I decided I should give this email thingy a try. I bet you're still wandering around the village. As a warm-up before going into the ruins, why don't you try to get a hold of the shell horn? It is inside the treasure chest at Sound Canyon, located above the entry to the ruins. You should be able to open it with a weight. Press down to place the weight. Alright, I guess I'll send you emails frequently. Stop by my tent if you get bored and want to chat. Yeah, there's a lot of, like, little details like that in this game. Accurate timestamps, all sorts of little things. There's even, like, I think later on you get a scale that you can weigh things on, in the game, and, Lemeza actually, if you jump on it, it actually tells you your own weight. Anyway. We can also just bug the Elder. What are you still doing here? You ain't gone to the ruins yet? Haha! You aren't scared, are you? Professor Kosugi is scared of nothing and no one. Most of the rest of the village is just made up of shops. We can't actually buy these things right now because we don't have... Well, they're sold out, but more importantly, we don't have a way to use them. But we can buy this. A hand scanner used to inspect stone tablets. See, despite being a professor of archaeology, Lemeza can't actually read without the aid of a handy scanner. And we immediately get an email about it. Well, I suppose he can read emails without a handy scanner, but he can only read something if it's up on his screen. That would actually literally be impossible business. There's puzzles in the game that require you to scan things. 2 of them, I think. It's me. If you bought a hand scanner, you should use it to find out about all sorts of places. Reading stone tablets is a given, but you should scan anything from skeletons to mysterious objects. Come to think of it, I gave a map of the areas surrounding the village to a man long ago, but he still ain't come back. He might have died somewhere out there. Why don't you take a look at some of the skeletons? You might find the map. We can also now scan the tablet. This is a Holy Grail tablet. You can pick up from the last Holy Grail tablet you touched, or save by pressing down. Everyone, make sure to follow the rules when using the Holy Grail tablet. From Elder Zelda. For the record, this is way more merciful than in the original game. In the original release, you had to buy the ability to save, and you only got 1 slot unless you bought yet another thing later in the game that would allow you to save. The other shop down here. Adventure time, eh? Better stock up! I like this guy. We can buy a buckler, which is a very small shield that keeps us safe from basically nothing for 10 coins, but it's actually usually not worth getting. This is a waterproof case, which will allow us to use our laptop underwater. And this is a gun. The gun is essentially a cheat weapon. You don't need it for any puzzles. It's the only, I believe it's the only sub-weapon that you actually buy. And it does an absurd amount of damage. I will not be using it. Also, we can't buy it right now because we are actually flat broke after buying the handy scanner. This is the PC shop. It's probably the most important shop on the surface, at least, because not only does it sell 2 extremely important pieces of software, it also sells weights. What, doesn't your local PC shop sell weights? Also, this shopkeeper is somewhat infamous for, well, you'll see. Those are weights. It's way too heavy for me to carry. You're not buying? You gotta be kidding me! So this is a glyph reader. With this, you'll be able to decipher the ancient words on tablets. This is the most important software in the game. Straight up. We can't buy it yet, but we will need to go back for it as soon as possible. But for now... think that speaks for itself. Oh, business, that's mean. But totally true. And this is Yagu Map Reader. I'll explain what this does in a bit when we get our first map, but suffice to say, we're gonna need this too eventually. Also, if you try to buy without having the money, she says something different. So, let's head away from the scary lady and check out what this shop is. Oh, this isn't a shop. There's a hot spring on the outskirts of the village, on the way to the altar. It's a good way to rest your bones. That actually is very important. So let's go check out that hot spring. On the way, we'll kill some of these snakes. They're actually called axe heads, according to the bestiary in the PS Vita version of this game. I don't usually do hard mode. It doesn't... Honestly, it would just make things... the combat is always the thing I'm the worst at in this game. This is mostly about the puzzles, so I will not be doing hard mode this time. Sorry if you were hoping for that. I will be showing off how to activate hard mode, though. So this is the hot spring. You can't see it right now since I have full health, but this thing restores your health when you rest in it. Also, you can scan it. Hot spring effects. Recover health, rheumatism, and curry addiction. Well, 2 of those sound good. What's up here? Ah, condor. Ow. The bestiary states that while condors normally are scavengers, the ones here have developed a taste for human flesh. That green thing we just picked up is experience. When you can see a small experience bar underneath our health bar. When that fills up, we regain all our health. There are no levels in this game. That's all experience does. These are cockatrices. I do not want to let them get the drop on me because they will swoop down. Legend has it that Argus, a monster with a blue body that is covered in eyes, is weak against the Serpent Staff. Okay, dude. Monster. Blue body covered in eyes. What kind of idiot does he think we are? Okay! I did not realize Argus was right there. We can't even damage him. Goodbye, sir. You may be wondering about that weird little circular thing down there. Don't worry about it just yet. We'll be seeing it around, and it'll make a lot more sense later. This screen is almost entirely pointless. It literally just leads back down here. Although we can kind of explore the area on the other side of the cliffs. Unfortunately, there's a wall here, so you can't actually get to the 2 sides of this screen from the screen itself. You have to go around. Enemies can knock you off ladders. Now let's heal up before we go the other direction. We've gone about as far as we can to the left, so we should head back to the village and go right at this point. By the way, sorry I missed the first God Eater stream, as you know, but my parents and I were out at a festival, and that was the whole day. I'll see if I can make it next time, because I actually am really interested in God Eater. I've seen it a couple times at my local game store, and it always looked interesting, but not enough for me to actually take the risk of buying it. That was another wait. It looks like through there may be the actual entrance to the ruins. Alright, that's fine business, don't worry about it. So here's a skeleton. Didn't the Elder say for us to try inspecting skeletons with the handy scanner? Let's give that a shot. I got a map and was looking at it as I walked, and then I fell and sort of died. Well, maybe it's not that funny. Yes, we got our map. Well, let's get to the pause screen and where's the map? Once again, we cannot do anything without our mobile Super X laptop. Oh, yes, the skeleton did write that. You'll often actually get things that seem to have been written after they died. Chalk it up to one of the weird effects of La Mulana. So we can't actually use the map yet. We need a map reader, specifically the Yagu map reader, to actually interpret maps. Yes, our brave archaeologist is literally useless without his computer. Let's kill the enemies. Oh, jeez. That's what cockroaches do. If you enter their line of sight, they'll fly up and swoop down at you. This thing right here is a pedestal. You put weights on pedestals. That solves puzzles. And this is the shell horn. The shell horn is very simple, and it's actually one of the few items that is not completely necessary to finishing the game. All it does is make a happy noise when you have solved a puzzle. This can be useful because it's not always clear when you have solved a puzzle if it affects something on the next screen over. More axe heads. And now we come up to the worst screen. It is literally impossible to avoid activating and getting hit by at least one cockatrice unless you are mid-game and super fast in fighting. Rapid water beyond this point. Weaklings should turn back here. Ow. I guess I was a weakling. At some point, I missed it, but Zelpud sent us a new email. Hi again, it's me. There's a large waterfall right outside the village, and I just wanted to warn you not to jump in for fun, because it's got a pretty strong flow. If you get carried off to the bottom of the waterfall, you ain't coming back. Let's heed his advice for now and not go any further past the waterfall. The order is a bit messed up. I don't remember exactly when you get the third email. I know the first email is his hi email. The second one is after you get the hand scanner, and the third one is when you go up near the waterfall. I think the fourth one is. I think the third one might be for entering the ruins. Fuck that, let's explore the surface a bit more. So this is just a little statue of the Elder Zelpud, and it's not actually involved in any puzzles, but I kind of like it. It's a cool little bit of world building that, yeah, they have a statue of the guy. And while it is not involved in any puzzles, there is something hidden behind it. We got Death Village. So, Death Village is Migaro's first Flash game. In this puzzler, you lead a man through a haunted house. The original software were ROMs in the old version of the game, and they were classic MSX games like Castlevania, Metal Gear, or Gradius, or all sorts of things. Those, of course, were copyrighted when they actually had to, like, made this game that you pay for. So, they have been replaced with games by the studio that released this, Nigro. Death Village is the first one, but they're hidden all over the game. They do have effects, but not on their own. On their own, they're just individual games that you can have on your PC. And somehow, the Flash game Death Village is 400 megabytes of RAM. That seems a bit excessive. This is the way into the ruins. We've got little stone faces on the wall, and another little secret here. Now we have a straight shot through. As a note, the hand scanner doesn't just read stone tablets and skeletons, you can also use it to inspect background objects, like this. Split gate, similar to the Kandi Bentar of Bali Island, but decorated differently. Of the original oh yeah. Yeah, it was... I did like the whole thing that equipping the Castlevania ROM along with, I think, another one made your whip stronger, but they did kind of have to get rid of the references in order to charge money for this game. So this thing here is actually on the title screen of the game. This is the Mural of Departure, a relatively new mural in the ruins. It looks like the history of the La Mulana ruins is detailed here. Unfortunately, we can't actually read that history, although there's like a female face there and a giant figure? I'm not sure. Anyway, we got email number 3 over here. Yeah, the emails are strictly numbered, but you'll almost always get them in the wrong order. In fact, there's a couple of emails I don't think I will ever be getting because one of them is just straight up kill 100 of a specific enemy. It's me. You see that square box-looking thing by the entrance to the ruins? Try pushing it. There's something similar inside the ruins that you can push as well. If something looks suspicious, don't just hit it with your weapon. Try pushing it. Later. He's right. Our weapon does nothing to this, but we can push it out of the way. And reveal a tablet. Tablets have this red glow when they haven't been read yet in a way that you can understand. And unlike every other tablet in the game, this one is actually in English. Those entering these ruins beware. They lurk within this land of ordeals. Death awaits the powerless. They will speak only to those who have learned the 7 histories and overcome the challenges herein. Well, time to enter La Mulana. This is the Gate of Guidance. It's the first area within the ruins. As you can see from over here, the concept for this area is pretty much Central American and South American. Specifically, this one's the Olmec head from Mexico's La Venta ruins. The music in this game is really good, by the way. It's all really good. I'll be giving it a more thorough look later on when we actually get the sound test. Alright, see you later, business. Okay. Well, shit. Yeah, remember that glyph reader back in the village? Turns out we need that to read any stone tablet from this ruins. These ruins are littered with traps. I lack the energy to escape. Skeletons very often have something to say, but it'll kind of peter off as the game goes on. Alright, at this point I should probably explain exactly what I'm going to be doing with this playthrough. I have this entire game essentially memorized. I could just breeze through it and do all the puzzles out of memory alone, but that wouldn't be all that fun. So what I'm going to do is play it as if I need all the hints. I'm going to track down as many hints as I can to every individual puzzle and explain the logic behind them as I do them. That way you get a sort of a idea of what this game's about. So this is actually the first puzzle that isn't just putting weight on pedestal. There's no clues to it because it's fairly obvious. You have a section of the floor that's slightly raised, so your instinct is to step on it. Maybe a bad instinct because there's spikes right there that could fall on your head, but in this case it's rewarded. I may actually upload this to YouTube. Either way, you can always check my my videos on Twitch, because I keep everything there. But these are most likely going to be uploaded to YouTube at some point. Although they'll be without the Twitch chat visible, because in this case that would actually get in the way of the game. I save all of my streams as highlights. Anyway, this is the Sacred Ore, previously called the Light Jewel in the original version, and we get an email about it. Hey there, it's me. I thought you might have opened a treasure chest at the Gate of Guidance by now and decided to email you. The item inside the treasure chest is called the Sacred Ore. It's a secret treasure that gives you strength. Your strength increases just by having it. Don't eat it, though. No, the Life Jewel. I'm not actually going to bother reaching that skeleton. I'll just tell you what he says out of memory. He basically says that the runes are all Greek to him, and he can't read them. It's the case in the save tablet, too. Although we can still save at it. I don't actually remember what these enemies are called. I read over the whole bestiary, but a lot of them, almost every character in this game, or enemy in this game, sorry, not character, is based on some kind of mythological creature of some variety. But that often means I can't pronounce their names, or remember them, really. Skeletons are, thankfully, just skeletons. Although there's different varieties of skeletons with different names. Room names are written within the puzzles on the stone tablets, but how should I know the name of each room in the ruins? I wish I had a map or something. So the actual reason you want a map is that it tells you the name of every room. That's actually fairly important. But it's seeming more and more like we should probably get that thing. This block isn't... We're not really able to push it out of the way, it looks like, so should we hit it? Ow! Lightning came out of this eye. This is the Eye of Divine Retribution. It shoots lightning when holy objects within the ruins are damaged. This exists to stop you from just brute-forcing puzzles by hitting everything with your weapon. Because you hit the wrong thing with your weapon, you get zapped. called. I just know them as ant lions, because that's literally the mythological creature they are. They're that one thing that has, like, the front body of an ant and the back... Sorry, the front body of a lion and the back body of an ant, and the joke is that they die almost immediately because the ant's stomach can't digest the lion mouth's food. So actually, I forgot to show something. This is a great example of when you should be very careful and not just do whatever the hell you need to do, because there aren't just puzzles in these ruins. There's traps, too. Notice how this stone face looks a bit different and has, like, cracks on it over here on its jaw? And notice the two skeletons standing right next to the pedestal? This one even says, "Can't believe I fell for such an obvious trap." That will instantly kill you if it hits you on the head. This is La Mulana. Have fun. This, however, is not a trap. It in fact gives us the map for the Gate of Guidance. I should be careful here, because if I get knocked through that pit, it's going to be very hard to get back up. But that block pushes onto the pressure plate and opens up a thing. Unfortunately, we can't get to that right now. In order to really do much in the Guidance Gate, we're going to eventually need the, both the Glyph Reader and the Yagi Map Reader. For now, this skeleton can actually be a bit helpful. The Path of Gazing Faces lies within the Heavenly Corridor. The hidden floor. I found it, but I got overly excited and fell. Good job, skeleton. So yeah, in case it wasn't obvious, the reason that some of these skeletons are able to write stuff after their own death is the same thing that's making other skeletons get up and attack us. The ruins are weird like that. Alright, first priority is the Glyph Reader, because we actually need that for something important. Once we get the Glyph Reader and go back in, then movement back to the surface won't be too much of a problem. For the record, no, you can't scan or talk to any of the people outside. Anyway. Always make sure to equip your software once you buy it. Sorry, install. We don't have much health right now, but whipping that, that weird holy block put a pretty tremendous dent in our HP, so we should probably head to the hot spring. As a note, if you fall from more than one screen, you get that little animation where he takes a second to get up. So now, with the glyph reader installed, we should be able to read this. This is where the Mother lays to rest. In this path of trials, only heroes who do not fear death are permitted to proceed. Apparently this is the Pillar's Gate, a room within the Gate of Guidance. So there's a name for each room, huh? Heh, I've learned something interesting, but I'm likely going to die soon. Poor guy. These words, they're Greek to me. I should have bought that glyph reader. Behold the Gate of Guidance. Death awaits those who would disturb this land. Alright, let's see what we can do over here. Offer 3 lights to the heavens. I don't really know how to do that. I guess maybe that's something for later? Courageous one, embrace the power. If thou seeketh power, prove thine courage. Thou traipses on holy ground. Take care not to cause any needless damage. Those who do not heed this warning will be dealt punishment from the heavens. That tablet essentially is warning you about the Eye of Divine Retribution. There is a very dirty trick right here. It's a simple trap, but it's annoying. I'm worried about those spikes. One of the cool things is that even when your HP increases, like mine did from 32 to 64 with the Sacred Orb, lightning and spikes always do percentage damage of your total health. So they are always a serious threat. I really don't want to fall on those spikes if I can help it. I guess that those who have courage can obtain weapons, but if I jump into these spikes, I'll die. Oh yeah, that tablet did say something about if we seek power, prove our courage. Those spikes, though. Well, we are Indiana Jones, right? Let's take a leap of faith. Okay, so the spikes were fake all along. Don't I look like a fool? Anyway, here we get our first sub-weapon. This is the Shuriken. Said to have been used by Japanese ninja, they can be thrown one after another. Shuriken is your most basic weapon. It fires straight forward. It's me. Sometimes there are weapons hidden inside the ruins. They look normal, but being weapons from the ruins, they're a bit funny. You can't use the weapons without ammo. Collect ammo that matches the shape of each weapon. Once you do that, you'll be able to use your weapons. sub-weapons are really important because, well, for the reason that sub-weapons are important in any Metroidvania game. They, cover distances and situations that your basic tools can't inherently do. For example, with the shuriken, I can hit a skeleton from across the room. There you have to spend a way to get past the wall. That happens quite a bit, but for our trouble we actually get we get some money, and we can open these chests. That's so annoying at this point in the game. We can't actually get to the inside of that area from here. Even from over on the left side of the room, the jump is too long. We'll just have to get to those chests some other way later in the game. As for this, marked ladder here, the water may look pure, but it's poisonous. It's me. Apparently the water inside the ruins is slightly poisonous, so if you are in the water, your health will drain. However, there are places that purposely have water, so you can't pass it if you don't have enough health. So if you think you can do it, it could be possible to swim across. Just be careful and don't get yourself killed. This feels like an area I'm not ready for yet. Let's leave. No, of course. The, wall comes back. Okay. At the very least, we got a second weapon besides our whip. And that chest gave us another 10 shurikens, and now we actually have a total of 40 minus the 2 I've already used. Our next priority is probably getting that Yagu map reader, but first we have to do the ruins. Those who challenge the Guardian, know thy strength. Death awaits the powerless. The future awaits those who train themselves and take on the challenge. Basically, that tablet just says, get good to defeat the bosses. Let's head down here this time. These are red skeletons. They are a mini-boss. I'm gonna leave them alone for now. Oh, shit! Be careful, this entire central pillar of this room is a, well, it's a holy item, and there's an Eye of Divine Retribution right there. We also have another, ladder that seems to lead to another different area down there. A watchtower soars above the Temple of the Sun. Traps to capture thieves have been newly set. In a newly constructed wall, too, the key has been hidden. Wait, did that skeleton say anything? No. Nothing like pop. Well, we've got 2 ways we can go. The left doesn't really bring us anywhere. Just a, well, pit full of skeletons and skulls. Oh, I was trying to scan that skeleton, but it actually got this mural back here. A deity in Babylonian mythology, Oannes, half man, half fish, who taught the Sumerians wisdom. That's interesting that despite this area having a very, Mesoamerican feel, there's a Babylonian deity, on the wall. Also, this weird cross thing. The Cross of Light, a cross that can be found at various locations. All were placed at a later time. Getting a skeleton anything? Oh. Whoa, that red one is way too strong! I gotta watch out for that bone attack! Oh, wait, I'm already all bone. Right. That's just a little hint that, the, red skeletons have a bone attack where they throw bones at you. So, how many times have I fallen here? Should have figured it's a trap. Yeah, the, room above this has a really obvious pit in the middle. Unfortunately, that blue thing at the bottom... at the bottom of where? Oh, that thing? That... We run into it a couple of times before. That is... Let me find what he named for it. It's scary. It's called a Snout Leaper. Ah! No, that's the bone attack. Resembles the mural discovered in the Levanta ruins of the Olmec civilization in Mexico. Looks like a human riding a dragon-shaped machine. Yeah, the Snout Leaper. It's basically just a rat with a really long nose that jumps by its nose. This room's puzzle is a bit weird. We're not actually gonna be able to... Look, if we try to push these boxes, they're not actually correctly positioned so that we can get them onto the thing. Because there's a thing right there and we can't pull boxes. Pour thy memories into the Holy Grail. Leave thy mark on this land. Then raise the Holy Grail up and recall lands once traveled. In doing so, thou will once again stand upon that land. Thou will also have to roll the gacha. So one box doesn't do anything, and the second one won't do anything either. It'll just stack on top of the first one. Even if we push it all the way, it won't actually be able to make it. But there's something over here. A block buried in the wall, a third one. Presumably, since blocks reset when you re-enter the room, we're going to need to use that. I can't believe I just did it again. Okay, let's, it's not this time. This is, that pit that leads down into the, big trap area with the Mulana mural. Also, if you fall down here, spikes will come out of the bottom of the pit and hit you. It shall connect once held in the mouth. When one swallows, the other spits out. View. Oh! Okay, so that thing in the middle, that weird block, looks like it's, currently sort of back held in that statue's mouth. And it's connected by a line to this statue head. which has this block right here. I don't see an Eye of Divine Retribution in this room, so it should be safe to just hit things. So, when one swallows... That sound you just heard, by the way, was the Shellhorn's puzzle solved noise. We get an elevator. Also slimes. Unfortunately not slime girls, which as we all know is the greatest of all monster girl types, Xeno. But just weird slimes. I think these ones are actually called Tog, which is a Conan the Barbarian reference. Unfortunately, even if I had a weight to put on this pedestal, it doesn't actually open that chest. It gets rid of this beam of light, keeping us from a man who gives us hints. We'll get it later, but for now, the thing that opens the chest is this block. But we can't actually get to the side of it where we would need to push it. So that looks impossible, actually. To those who push the white box, the white platform and white box are drawn to each other. So, here's something important about these ruins. We don't have the map yet, but there's actually a map in the manual and they explain this. The ruins are connected in a sort of circular fashion. Meaning that if you if each sort of row of rooms is usually about 4 rooms long. So this is the 4th room over from that room with the closed chest. Which means if we find a way to go right of this room, we will loop back around. So let's see what the skeleton has to say about that. I found an escape route. These ruins seem to be connected in a very mysterious fashion. An escape route. You mean like this? Yep, we just wrapped all the way around. And now we can push the box. This would actually be a fairly mean puzzle for such an important item so early in the game, if it weren't for the fact that this puzzle is straight up told to you in the manual. Hey, I won the Grail War. Yay. Unfortunately, this Holy Grail doesn't grant wishes, but it does do something arguably just as useful. It's me. By now you must be done exploring the Gate of Guidance. I think there was a real handy treasure there called the Holy Grail. Did you see the stone tablets that were shaped differently from the others? If you read from these tablets, your memories of the location you're in are poured into the Holy Grail. From there you can use the Holy Grail to travel to any of the recorded locations. What do they call it these days? Warping? The Holy Grail lets us teleport between locations. And now, let's get our Yagu map reader. And some, weights. Because those are important. This early in the game, I need all the money I can get. Alright. So, now that we have a map, let's actually start using it. So this is what the map looks like. You don't really get much, just rooms. But you also get the name of each individual room. By the way, that thing I mentioned about how the ruins connect in a specific way, the basic way you do it, you can make each room, each area into a 4x4 by 5 grid. All you have to do is move some rooms around. So this room over here in like the middle left, you cut that off and put it to the middle right. You take the two on the one right above it and put them to the left. You take the two at the bottom and move them to the top so that it makes a nice grid, so on and so forth. Basically, just imagine locking it all into place in that fashion. This is probably not something you'll need to do for most of the game, but it is important for a late-game puzzle that you think of the ruins as a grid. And yeah, like the skeletons say, each room has its own name. This, for example, is the Heavenly Corridor. Something I like is that the map moves from side to side in a room depending on what's important in the room and possibly where you are. So this guy was looking for a path of gazing faces within the Heavenly Corridor, which is right here, actually, and found a hidden floor, but got overly excited and fell. Well, this elevator can take us all the way to the bottom, of course. The more important thing is actually that it's now essentially a platform that allows us to, well, get up here. There are 8 Ankhs. 8 Ankhs that protect the Great Spirits. Seek the red light, the Ankh Jewel. The guardians that slumber within the Ankh will test thine strength. Hey, bosses exist. So the path of gazing faces within the Heavenly Corridor, eh? Well, the rooms to our right were the Heavenly Corridor. And this face definitely looks like it's gazing out, so let's see if there's a path. Yep, definitely is. And hey, this ladder brings us back here. Fear not the water. The water holds the answers for those who have been delivered by it. Cross the sacred lake. I haven't seen anything like that in the Gate of Guidance. That might be something for somewhere else in the game. Actually, probably the Spring in the Sky, since it's on this screen and that place is full of water. These are a special kind of chest, they just have money in them. Getting to this area gives us a huge amount of it. That trapdoor is so mean. We're actually close to leveling up and regaining all our health soon, so that'll be something to see. Even though it'll only get us 4 health at the moment. Oh. Oh, I see. Before you up there, though, let's head down a bit. Actually, let's fall and take damage. The skeleton has nothing to say, and I got hit by slime for it. Guild runs a hidden something, maybe shop, put something aside in favor of money and barter. Yeah, some tablets are broken and incomplete. These are bomb rats. They explode if they get too close to you. Sad Tale of the Giants. The tragic history of the Giants is written here. Looks like another area. These things look sacred as hell, so since there's an eye right here, I'm not going to whip them until I know exactly what I'm doing. I figured out where the Cliff of Radiance is, but there's some sort of door here blocking my way. Pulling doesn't open it. Actually, there isn't even a doorknob to pull. I wonder if I was supposed to push. Guess I'll never know. Oh, you don't just automatically try to push and pull any door you find, Mr. Skeleton? Okay. So this is a shop. It's a pretty standard shop, just sells shuriken ammo and weights. But most importantly, it sells this software, Guild. What Guild does is it makes a sound to tell you if there's a hidden shop somewhere on screen. Although this game's definition of hidden can be kind of eccentric. Even if the doorway is perfectly visible, if there's something blocking it, it counts as hidden. Oh dear. This tablet doesn't seem to say anything anymore, it's been ruined. I wonder if that skeleton put down what the tablet said. The first age of the sun was destroyed by flood. The second age of the sun was destroyed by the god of wind. The third age of the sun was destroyed by the god of fire. The fourth age of the sun was destroyed by blood and fire falling from the sky. The same thing was written in Mayan prophecy. Could there be a connection? So, the ages of the sun were in order destroyed by flooding, wind, fire, and then blood and fire raining from the sky. Well, this looks like a drop of water, doesn't it? I would say this is probably flood. Here we have some, wind. Definitely fire. And this tablet, it's kind of hidden by all the blood oozing out of it, but it definitely looks like meteorites and fire raining from the sky. So, we destroy those, and we get a ladder. The ladder does something on another screen. As a note, because I have made this mistake far too many times, don't try to whip this pot from under it. It is full of coins and you will lose them if you do that, because the only way to reach them is to go off screen. This ladder would take us back up to the elevator. This ladder actually takes us down here. Zelda? A door in the ruins. It's me. How are you? Inside the ruins there's a door, but it's a little different from modern doors. Push it with all your strength and it will open. If it does not open, then you need to push it from the other side. Doors in the ruins only open in one direction. These are one-way doors, essentially. We can't get back once we pass them. So this is the Cliff of Radiance, as it says there, that was being talked about. And this makes the thing slide away. So we can go down here and get whatever's in this chest. Ooh, pretty. This is an Ankh jewel. It's me. About Ankh jewels, those red gems, if you use them in front of those cross-like thingies called Ankhs located here and there in the ruins, you can break the Ankhs. Breaking them will make something bad happen, so maybe think about going back to the village to save first. And while you're there, why not come chat with me? Thanks, Zelpud. Alright, I think I'm ready. Give a ton of experience. 16 per. Well, if you get experience from them. Oh, so this guy. An ancient Mayan airship resembles the ruins of the Olmec civilization in Mexico. A decorated flute also looks like a man riding an airship. Huh. Well, we beat the red skeletons at least. Ah, beating the red skeletons must have made the third block drop. So here's the trick that we have to do with this puzzle. It's a really good one. So, you remember how the this little area right here means that if we push the block off, it'll just fall straight down and not be able to do anything? What we have to do is actually this. If we put down if we stack 2 blocks in that configuration, in that specific location, it becomes a 1 tile length extension to the platform. So this block will fall right on it. That opens up a new room. Which has nothing in it. It's called the Snake's Sanctuary. Maybe that means it's safe? Or is it a sanctuary for snakes? Well, I don't see any snakes here, except the ones on the walls right here. But those are just, like, carvings. I wonder what this room's for. It doesn't seem to be involved in anything. Oh well. dwell within this land. The spirits are guardians, protectors of these grounds. The spirits slumber within ankhs that will shatter under the bright red light. The spirits will awaken at that time. So the guardians, which are protectors of La Mulana, will awaken once we shatter the ankhs under a bright red light. Presumably that ankh jewel we picked up. The ankh of these lands lies beyond the path of the gazing faces, and the jewel is at the foot of the Cliff of Radiance. Well, we've already found the jewel at the Cliff of Radiance. Just by, putting things on pedestals. Most of the puzzles in the Guidance Gate are pretty easy to solve without the hints. This will change as we go further in the game. Very dramatically. So we did just solve a puzzle. The guy said the ankh was, across the path of gazing faces. So maybe this is what he meant? That puzzle would make the ankh appear. There's one last area we haven't really checked out, and it's over here. There's a lot of interesting stuff in this room. We have a two-tiered room that we can't access because of a ladder that hasn't been here yet. There's a really weird eye mural up there, as well as more of those snakes. And there's that chest with a thing right next to it. But what is with this? No matter how many times I try, the treasure box won't open. That's why. And then we have this. Chiyu, the demon who attained the power of eternity by absorbing the life force of innocent maidens. Woe unto those that fall into the sacrificial abyss. We should probably warp out right now. We're getting dangerously low on health. Meantime, I will buy 5 more weights and heal up. We're actually almost done with the guidance game. We have solved the vast majority of the puzzles that can be solved right now. In fact, at this point, we could actually fight the guardian of the guidance game. I think the way I'll roll with this is I will attempt to do the game in its proper order and do each area individually. I definitely will fight the bosses in the standard order that you want to fight them in. So, according to that guy who told us about the Cliff of Radiance... Oh yeah, there's a trap. You go in this way, that thing falls down. It's not a very good trap, though. It'll just... There's other ways in. It'll mostly just crush people who aren't expecting it. Oh, I see what this room is for. This must be a boss room. Well, no time like the present. Let's equip this Ankh Jewel. Shatter the Ankh. Say hello to Amphisbaena. Yeah. It's breathing fire at me. Oh! Yeah... Amphisbaena is not the most, not nearly the most dangerous of bosses that I've seen. We did get an email from the Elder, though. Urgent. Come back as soon as possible. It's me. Come back to my tent now. Something bad has happened. Well, nope. Jeez. Better get back right now. Hey, Elder? Elder, are you okay? You made it! Actually, I called you back for no good reason. I'm just bored. Sorry. Don't get all mad and rush off. Please, take a seat and eat some of my homemade bat curry. Anyway, being an archaeologist sure seems dangerous. Even after I warned you about the monsters and traps, you still went in them ruins. You can solve all the puzzles without dying. You might actually meet the legendary 4 philosophers. If they actually exist. This curry sure is tasty. You want to hear that again? No thanks, Elder. Okay, then. Zeno, don't be so hard on the guy, Zeno. He's just lonely. He apologizes immediately, actually. It's me. Sorry about lying about the emergency in the last email. But it would be nice if you'd come up to the surface to talk with me now and then, Professor. Also, I didn't share this before, but Zelpid will actually comment on anything you have equipped in your usable item slot. In this case, the hand scanner. I see you got a hand scanner. Good thing, since you need it to inspect skeletons and stone tablets. You can also inspect big old murals and statues. I should probably mention that items are just passive things. Like, the Holy Grail is always with us, although we have to use it from the pause screen. The Shellhorn is just in the background doing its thing. Usable items are items you can actually use. In this case, the handy scanner. The controls of this game are actually very simple. It's ZXCB. Z is jump, X is whip, C is sub-weapon, and B is usable item. You can see what weapon, sub-weapon, and usable item I have equipped in the top right corner. I'm gaming right now, don't bug me. Okay, you said I should come talk to you. Jeez, Elder, I just defended you. Anyway, so we beat Amphisbaena. There's 3 different directions we can go in, since there were 3 different ladders to other areas that we found. The next area we probably should go to is the Mausoleum of the Giants. But there's actually something I kind of want to get first, because it'll make things a lot easier for me. And for that, we need to go down this area. Technically, this is the third area of the game, but we'll only be spending a little bit of time here before actually going to the real second area. This is the Temple of the Sun, also known as literally just Egypt. And of course, I instantly... Cast a light, the truth shall be revealed. Of course I instantly fuck up and fall down to the spot that I can't actually get out of right now. This door doesn't actually lead you anywhere outside of this thing. It just leads over here. And up here. And tells us this thing, which is something I'll want to pay more attention to in a bit. But yeah, this place doesn't actually lead out. It looks like it does, but as soon as I walk over to the left, a wall will come down. And I don't actually want to do that right now. So let's try this again, and maybe not fuck up this time. Now that we know that that place is called the Temple of the Sun, this tablet has a bit more meaning. Watchtower soars above the Temple of the Sun, traps to capture thieves have been newly set, and the key's been hidden in a newly constructed wall. Important things to remember. Alright, this time... let's actually get... Behold the Temple of the Sun, a shrine devoted to courageous men. This is the White Giant. Resembles the mural found in Tassili Najer in the Sahara Desert in Algeria. It is said that the subject is not human, as there are horn-like objects protruding from the arms and head. So, problem about the Temple of the Sun. A lot of these sloped surfaces have oil running down them, and are slippery. We'll just run in place forever. Well, there's a treasure chest down there. Right. Oh. Jump into the sun. Fucking rude. Oh, we can push this. Thank you! Now with that rudeness over with, let's continue our exploration. If you heard that beeping noise just now, that is because that's the guild action. There's a hidden shop on the screen. There's a hidden shop that isn't really all that hidden because you can pretty much immediately see it just blocked by a pot at the bottom of the room. Anyway, aim and shoot, huh? This thing right here is actually sacred, and you can see the Eye of Divine Revolution. So we have to fire up above it to break this pot so that it goes away. We also are dealing with a sphere ahead. The cats on balls, by the way, are I have never been able to figure out how to pronounce this. Either Kate Sith or Cat She. That's their official name. But because of the Deceased Crab Let's Play, they have the secondary fan nickname of Catball. Another pressure plate. And that looks like a dagger. Yep, we get a knife. The knife is a new main weapon. The knife actually is a surprisingly good weapon. Like, just looking at it, it just hits directly in front of you, but it's not nearly as long range as the whip. But here's the thing. The knife, the whip has a specific timing to it. I am now currently mashing the whip button, but it's still just doing them at specific intervals. The knife, however, swings every time you press the button, so you can button mash and do a ton of damage very fast. Also, the knife doesn't actually just hit in front of you, it hits in front and slightly below you. Because what's actually happening is the knife is over by his back leg, and he's reaching his hand around, pulling the knife out, and slashing forward with it in one frame. It'll be easier to see later, but the knife's actually surprisingly good, and since it hits in front and under you, you can jump into things while swinging it and usually come out alive. This will be important for a thing later. Anyway, here's the real reason we're here. You may buy. These are sub-weapons we don't have yet. But this, that software is called Text Tracks. I found it on the ground. Not buying from you. Look, you got a problem with it, then don't buy it, schmuck. Okay. Many thanks. So this enemy is called a hedge. It's blue, it has spines on its back, and it curls up into a ball and rolls around. So this door was actually closed before, but it opens once you beat your first boss. Also, Zelphat said we can inspect statues, so let's take a look at this one. A statue that resembles the ancient Egyptian deity Thoth, god of knowledge and creator of the writing system. Let's see what this door is all about. My name is Mulbrook. By order of the four philosophers, I, Mulbrook, await the Strong One. Under the divine protection of Isis, my life is preserved in an eternal slumber. In accordance with the ancient contract, I shall lend my powers to the one who awakens me. For the record, even though I know it looks like Mulbrook is saying these things, that's actually just a statue. It's written under the statue. And now we have a thing down here. Again, something we can't really interact with. Oh well. Guess we'll see you later, Mulbrook. Also, we got 2 emails, sorry. It's me! I believe there is a trolley hanging at the top of the Temple of the Sun, and I think you gotta cut it down, but I don't know any of the details. It's me. In the ruins, there are some areas or rooms you can't get into. Brute force ain't the way to get in those places. If you keep on collecting treasure and solving puzzles, eventually you'll make it there. that's it right now for the Temple of the Sun. Although I suppose I could show you a bit more of the place by heading down. Heading this way will just cause problems because, well, we can't get up there. We could get part of the way by doing this, but our jump just isn't far enough to get all the way. I suppose you could probably sequence break this a little bit by trying to use enemy knockback to get you over it. But as you can see, that's a double-edged sword. Also, we're running out of health, so I probably shouldn't do that anymore. Let's go down here instead. Ow. These enemies are called masked men. They are apparently native to the ruins, and they wear masks. They all wear the same mask in order to distinguish friend or foe. Also, we have another one of those weird eye doors we saw. A wall with a relief of a huge eye. It seems to be hiding something very important. This bit of the floor is blue. Interesting. While these guys do have shields from the front, enough weapon strikes fast enough will break the shield and allow you to hit them. The knife's very good for that. Also, another hidden shot. As a note, walking into spikes sideways does no damage. It has been 5,000 years since the last customer. I really love the dialogue in this room because, I will buy some weights, but that be wait. Handy. I buy, or wait another 5,000 years. You got my hopes up. I sad. Alright, let's head back to the surface and try not to die. Yeah, I know, the shop mummy is so sad! It's been 5,000 years since his last customer! He just wants to sell his goods and services! Alright, now with that stop in the Temple of the Sun, let's actually go to the second area. By the way, when I say about areas being numbered, I'm not counting the surface. The surface is Area 0. I realize I neglected to actually say what Text Tracks does. Text saving software. Press the Save Message button when text is displayed, and it will be saved. This is one of the more important softwares in the game. But first, welcome to the Mausoleum of the Giants. This area is actually a big contender for a lot of fans' favorite area. I don't see it, but I appreciate the love for this area, and I do think it's a pretty cool area. There's just a couple more that I like better. I actually think the Temple of the Sun is probably my favorite area. As you can see, pressing the item button while any sort of text on the tablet is being displayed, or text of any sort really, now allows us to record this conversation in one of TextTrax's 10 text slots. Let's look around up here. We were unable to fulfill the Great Mother's wishes. Now I too, the last remaining of us, am due for a long slumber. Abuto. Huh. Okay, that's weird. Let's record that. I know better than to put a weight on this pedestal. That is an obvious trap. The mother was great. She made even the giant look tiny. The giants were great. Thou art tiny, like a little doll. Okay, you don't have to rub it in. So what if I'm not 6'7"? And this is my... Okay. This tablet's a bit weird. Thou art forbidden from again laying eyes on this marker. Those who heed not this warning will suffer the pain of death. And then the tablet kind of flips around. So, okay, apparently we're forbidden from looking at that tablet again. Sure. Nebra's sky disk lies beneath this land. Leap upon what floats there from high above. The heavens shall then move at your command. Huh. That seems pretty cool. Well, anywhere from here we would have to go down, so let's go down. This is in an orderly fashion, starting from the very beginning. So I don't think that skeleton has anything to say. Oh, so these are the ruins of those beings known as giants. I am this close to deciphering the legend of the giants, but... Aw. You tried, skeleton. Oh! That was close. As for the aesthetic of this area, resembles the sky deity that appears in Aboriginal mythology. Resembles an astronaut in full gear. This is where the Ghost Lord lives. Come one, come all, the Ghost Lord will appear before your eyes. Gather round, sit tight until he is full grown. Huh. Ghost Lord, eh? Come on, there's no such thing as ghosts. I mean, we've seen, living skeletons, but there's no such thing as... Ghost! Yeah, there's ghosts. And in this room, if you kill 2 ghosts... 3, actually, just enough. They start flying into the middle of the room like this. And create a giant version of themselves as a boss. And with that, we get a refill on health, and we get the Rolling Shuriken. Our second sub-weapon. The Rolling Shuriken goes along the ground. It's not very useful. Concerned for his brothers, Ribu dug a hole to send the lake's water to the tower. His strength exhausted, he then laid down to rest. I wonder who Ribu is. For the tower to fly, much water was needed. Miguela carried a lake to this land, then drew his last breath. So this is actually a fun trick. You see how that arrow at the top on the path to the treasure chest is pointing up? That path leads back to the pedestal from earlier that had the big obvious trap spike above it. But if we turn it, we can make it so that the pedestal's sort of electronic path, not electronic, but you know what I mean, instead of leading back up to that spike, leads to the chest instead. It is nearly impossible to avoid getting hit by spikes here, but you can manage it. And this is an important tablet. The sun shone brightly the day Leto fell in battle. A gaping hole in his chest, he entered his eternal slumber. Also, Nazca lines. A series of ancient geoglyphs located in the Nazca Desert of Peru. This mural resembles one of those geoglyphs, said to be of an alien. So, with that aboriginal deity that looks like an astronaut in full gear, and the various Peruvian Nazca lines, which are thought to have been possibly created by aliens, well, not seriously, that's to an extent denying the cultural impact of the people who actually lived back then, but, you know, popular culture and all that. This area's theme seems to be ancient aliens. I should probably be co-commentating with that one guy from the TV show. See, the spike is gone? That means that it's now safe to put a weight there on that pedestal. Oh. That gives us our map. This is the approach of the giants. Here. Oh. Ow. Oh, whoa. Hello there. That is a very large statue. Is that one of the giants? Wow. He's big. Up, and there's our Grail tablet. It's me! In the Mausoleum of the Giants, there's this stone tablet that talks about the history of the Giants. Be sure to read it. There's no other way to learn the names of their leaders and their history. "'Twas a moonlit night that G started praying to the land." I mean, I guess that all these names you've been finding, like Ribu, Miguela, G, Abuto, they're all giants, most likely. We don't know how many of them there are, and how many names we're going to have to keep track of. Abuto, G, Ribu, and Sakit all hoped there would come day when the mother would live in this land. So, regarding that tablet from earlier that they said not to look upon again. Business asked earlier if I would be playing with hard mode on or not. Mongrel who disobeyed the warning. Taste bitter death. Reading that tablet the second time activates hard mode, which, what it does is it puts more enemies on screen for every screen. It increases the damage they do, and it can't be turned off. Also, in a very mean trick, they spawn an enemy with a health drain attack that is well enough to take your health down in seconds, right across from you when you activate that tablet. Ah, hidden shop. There's not many places for a shop to be hidden on this screen. Blanket of countless stars spread over Bado, falling into a deep slumber. Looks like the only place a shop could be hidden is right here. I can't rest in peace if you don't buy something. Those are Hermes boots. They belong to a legendary hero. Rest in peace. Oh no, buy more! Let's buy these boots. They're an important item for later. So Hermes boots actually increases our walking speed. But more importantly, those oiled ledges in the Temple of the Sun, we can now move up them with the Hermes boots. Apparently this is the dolphin's room, but yeah, I can't see any way in. Zebu would not budge, for he was the one who sustained the land, but the rest of them split into two sides and continued the battle. More statues. A ladder that we can't actually get to because, well... Those who plunder the red light shall never escape. Since we're gonna need the red light eventually, that might be something to remember. Zebu, the firstborn, was holding up the land and thus unable to move. Strength lies at the foot of Pluto, but which one is Pluto? That's actually the reason I've been collecting all of these, like, tablets in the Mausoleum of the Giants. Because one of the puzzles here is figuring out which statue refers to which giant. In the meantime, here's a symbol for an area we haven't seen before. This place looks dangerous. It's me. You need to come by more often. Now then, there are switches in these ruins that will activate puzzles when stepped on. You see a section of the floor that's kind of raised up? It's a switch. Sometimes just standing on them won't do nothing, meaning you need more weight. In those cases, try landing on them from somewhere high up, or jump and stomp. So yeah, here's more of the Nazca lines. This is a deceptively important tablet. And this is one of the really mean puzzles. So at a certain point in the game, we'll want to actually know what the symbols for 1 through 9 actually look like in the Mulanese language. So this just seems to be a history thing. The first child had the body of a snake. The second child, a large body. The third child soared through the sky. The fourth child had the body of a fish. The fifth child had wisdom. The sixth child was born of the earth. The seventh child cast the mother away. The eighth child did not know the mother. Let us place the spirit of the ninth child into the body of child 0. That last bit's actually kind of it seems to be kind of a sequel hook, because Mulana 2 is coming out soon, and the tagline appears to be the 0th body, the 9th child. But the reason this is important is actually for a really weird reason. We have to turn our glyph reader off. Now, you remember that each of these say the number th child. The number child. Meaning if we just read down this, we can see the numbers 1 through 8 very easily. This is what they look like. Since I can't actually save this text, for future reference, I'm going to go ahead and hold on a moment. Screenshot for later use. In order to return the mother to the heavens, Bado, Miguela, Leto, and Puto built a flying tower. That seems a bit more important, actually. So this is that Nebraskitis that the skeleton priest was talking about up there. The celestial bodies lie within. Control the celestial bodies, and even time may be shifted. Seems like for this contraption you need to land on the floating platform with a lot of power. Won't budge if you don't jump from high enough. Proof? I jump about as good as a stone, so when I hopped onto the platform I slipped and fell to my death. How's that for proof? You tried, skeleton. That's what you do here. Is you can rotate around these symbols in order to, well, you remember those, all of those things that specifically talk about the sky. Moonlit night that G stood praying to land. The sun shone brightly the day Leto fell in battle. Blanket of countless stars spread over Bado. Well, essentially, making those times be different things changes stuff in the Mausoleum. The youngest, Saki, tread his own path. He put a key on Leto's body, falling into slumber with his powers in hand. Probably go back and save, but I want to get that last half actually. We are the second race born of the Great Mother. We were created in order to return the Mother to the heavens. Let me tell you the sad tale of our race. The race began with 9 brothers: Zebu, Bado, Nigala, Leto, Futo, Abato, G, Ribu, and Sakit. So now we know the names of all the giants. And we're looking for 8 of them. After I demonstrate something quickly, try to start figuring out after I die. You know what? Quickly head back to the surface. Now back to the Mausoleum. Okay. So, there's actually a total of 9 statues of giants throughout the Mausoleum on 3 different levels. Let's see if we can figure them out one by one. The first statue is over here, with a giant that is, well, shown kind of holding up this area. I'm going to assume that that one is most likely Zebu, the one who wouldn't budge because he was holding up the land. He was also stated to be the firstborn in that other tablet that talked about him, which makes sense, the reason that he's alone and highest. Because, as you can see from the text, they were kind of 2 factions. Bado, Nigala, Leto, and Futo, who built the flying tower to return the Mother to the heavens, and Abato, G, Ribu, and Sakit, who hoped there would come a day when the Mother would live in this land. So whoever the Mother is, one side wanted to return her to the heavens by building a flying tower, and the other wanted her to just live here. So... So, we don't really know, we don't have any information for these guys yet. A lot of them are based on what the statues will do in response to stimuli. So we want to find one of those. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Okay. I would love that mod, honestly. Anyway, let's try to be a bit more careful about that this time. At the very least, we did learn something from that. A blanket of countless stars spread over Bado, falling into a deep slumber. Therefore, the giant who falls asleep and collapses when the Nebra sky disk is set to the star must be Bado. And this one... Oh dear, this statue has a big hole in its chest. The sun shone brightly the day Leto fell in battle. A gaping hole in his chest, he entered his eternal slumber. So we'll have to see if something about this statue sort of applies to sunlight. But that does seem to be Leto. Speaking of sunlight, why don't we change it to that? That actually seems like a better idea. This will essentially allow us to confirm both things. First off, in sunlight, Bado here stands right the hell back up. And second, in sunlight, there is now a pedestal on Leto's chest, which we can't use because I forgot to bring weights. Excuse me for a moment. Well, that solves something. Not sure what. No, actually, I think I prefer having access to that ladder. Let's see what the moon does real quick, and then turn stars back on for a bit. I don't really know anything about this guy, except that he's pointing at that pot. Wonder if there's anything in the pot. How dare you mislead us, Mr. Giant. Well, there's an Ankh. And this giant just moved into a prayer position where he wasn't before. It was a moonlit night that G started praying to the land. Regarding that Ankh, that means this is definitely the boss room of this area. Well... that one thing did say something about Sakit. Put a key on Leto's body, so he's the one who put that pedestal there, falling into slumber with his powers in hand. So Sakit has some kind of powers. That's actually pretty interesting. And this may be a bit of a stretch, but the logic for this guy is... So, the tablet conversation starts here, with let me tell you the sad tale of our race. If we make the assumption that all of these tablets were written by the same individual, then whoever is next to the tablet here was most likely the one who started writing them. Meaning, the last tablet at the very beginning of the zone, which is signed Abuto, this is probably Abuto. So, we know that Abuto and G are in the sort of bottom row of giants. We know Zebu is in the topmost row, and in the middle row we know Bado and Leto. Since we know the factions, we can actually see that this makes sense. It means that the other two on the bottom row are most likely Ribu and Saki here, and the other two on the middle row are Miguela and Futo. We're trying to find Futo, so that'll be important information that we're looking for the middle row. But first, what's over here? The Endless Corridor, apparently. Those bats only have one eye. They look different from normal bats. Also, these flowers are hazardous. And there's a hidden shop somewhere here. Probably behind that little circle there. I still don't know what to call those. As you can see, this place has a pretty Chinese aesthetic. Behold the endless corridor, a long, endless path. Let's see what's in here. Oh my, you're a human. I am the queen of the fairies that live in these ruins. The four philosophers instructed us to help the humans who visit us here, and thus we have been waiting. My fellow fairies will help you, but first you must prove that you're worthy of our powers. Find Isis's pendant, which lies somewhere in these ruins. Bring the pendant to me. Only then shall we be able to help you. Would you like to hear that once more? I will go ahead and record that right here. Good luck on your search for the pendant. And now we get my favorite email in the game. This is gonna be fun. Hold on, let me just adjust myself so I can read this with the gravitas it deserves. Fairies, yo! What's up? It's me! Apparently there is a race called fairies still living in the ruins, yo! They will only help the one that holds the right treasure, that's right! So maybe you should search for the treasure first. Know what I'm saying? Look at the map, and if there are rooms with suspicious names, just check it out, yo! I really, really love Elder Zelbud. There's actually another little puzzle here, where we actually got that shellhorn puzzle solve noise by just going around back to the entrance of the Endless Corridor again. And if we go back here, the chest is now open. You have to pass through the Endless Corridor once to open that chest. And we get the map, which shows that the Endless Corridor is actually it's actually the full 5 layers deep. But we can't actually reach down there yet. So anyway, heading back to the Mausoleum of the Giants. What are you talking about? Elder Zelbud is always hip. He doesn't have to try to be anything. Switch back to stars. Close. Now let's head up. Oh, right. We need to use that pedestal. Well, either way. And here's the most important tablet for figuring out who Pluto is. Miguela is left-handed. So, oh hey, here's another Nazca line. This one is the dolphin. This level has Pluto, Miguela, Bado, and Leto. We know this is Leto. We know this is Bado. That means the other two are Pluto and Miguela. They're both holding spears. Of course I would. Yeah, remember how I got through all of Sunless Sea without dying once? Get used to it happening in this game. Oh, for the love. I was trying to warp out, but I got confused. Okay, before that happens again, and make me look like a complete buffoon, let's go back and heal up. as I was saying, since we know Migala is left-handed, while both of these figures are holding spears, only one of them is holding the spear in its left hand, and that's the one on the left. The other one is holding it on the right, meaning that that is most likely Pluto. And as the skeleton said, strength lies at the foot of Pluto. So we put a weight there, even though there's no pedestal. And we get our next sacred word. 96 health. In addition, we can head up here. Reread Miguel's left-handed tablet. And delete some of our, some of these, because now that we figure out who Fudo is, knowing who the giants are is not nearly as useful. So the remaining ones are the Fairy Queen telling us to get Isis's pendant, and those who plunder the red light shall never escape. That's the untrue. That's the red light. Let's, Yep, it traps you in there if you, stay too long. So, I have to be somewhere at 5 for Father's Day, so I'm going to have to end the stream a tiny bit early, but before we do, I think I can squeeze in one more boss fight. So for the boss fight, we need to have it set to... is praying, which means we can jump onto his arm and reach the Ankh. So I wonder what kind of monstrosity would be here in the Tomb of the Giants. Well, let's find out. Oh! It's Sakyu. Yep, this is the second boss, Sakyu. He's harder than Amphisbaena, but not by too much. You basically just run up his arm while he's got it extended, and try not to get too greedy because he's going to take too much damage. His face mask actually prevents you from hitting him in the face with Shuriken. Oh shit. I got stuck in the geometry of his face. Okay, let's try that again.
Yeah, as it turns out, either Sakit or all of the giants in general were secretly robots. With a fucking chain fist and a fucking mega buster. I suddenly realized the Civil War of the Giants must have been awesome. Oh dear! Though he got rid of his Mega Buster and now he has a Rocket Punch. God, I love Sakit. But unfortunately, since his faceplate's fallen off, we can now attack him with shurikens. Which is good because the rest of his is on fire and it makes the previous way we were dealing with him much, much harder. Oh! We got him. Urgent. Come back immediately. For reals. I have something to tell you. Come back right away. I don't know, man. You did lie to us last time you said this. In fact, I think I will keep him waiting for approximately, oh, I don't know, a week. Because that is all I can do for today. Thanks so much, everyone, for coming to the stream. I hope to stream again soon in the future. Probably a week from now at the usual time. And, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy La Mulana as much as I enjoyed playing it the first time, and honestly, still enjoy playing it. It is. At a certain point, the game is going to get way, way more open-ended, and the puzzles are going to get much more, I'm trying to find a polite way to put this. Hard as shit. The way the puzzles work, it really does kind of feel like you are, you're playing through an Indiana Jones movie. They're not just like block-pushing puzzles or, the kind of thing you often see in a couple of, like, standard puzzle platformers. It's actual puzzles, you know, like spell the name of God, or, take a leap of faith. Shit from The Last Crusade. Hell, you almost immediately get the, Holy Grail. Well, that's it for today, folks. I will see you all next time.